Hi, this is a Python tutorial of restaurant management system. Let me just show you guys how it works. Now, there we have large fries. So let's say we're going for 3 large fries, maybe 1 burger meal, 1 fillet o meal, maybe 2 fillet o meal, and here we have 1 chicken meal and cheese meal. Then maybe about 6 drinks there. So all we need to do is click on total there, and you see the reference number. We can even reset if we want, or if you are not sure of this calculation here, you can always use our calculator right here just to work out the value for everything. Okay, so you can always use the calculator right there. Okay, and you can use the reset button as well. Reset, you can clear that, and you can exit. So what I will do is to exit this system now, and I'll take you guys straight on to Python development environment, and we'll put one of these together. Exit. Now we're in Python. Let's start a new program. File, new. Okay, the first thing I will do is to import as follows. So I'm going to import tk, let's import all of the components within that system. But I will also need to import my random library there, because I'm going to need that for the reference number. The other thing I would need is I need the time. Okay, you might be wondering, maybe all of those libraries are in here. I've checked, they are not in there, so that's why I'm importing them all separately. Then the name, let's give our app a name. Let's call that root, and the root equals tk, entire parentheses there. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to define the size of my app. So let's go for geometry. Alright, that's my, let's go for 1600 by, that's a times 800 plus 0 plus 0, which means the system will start up here somewhere. And that is that for now. So the next thing, let's give it a name. So dot title, and that will be, we're going to call that restaurant management system. Restaurant management systems. Okay, so let me just end this very first part here. So I'll say root.main and loop there. If we compile and run this, let's one thing first, let's enter a comma there. Okay, semicolon there. So let's go to, before we can compile and run, we have to save it. I'm going to save it on my desktop. I'll call it restaurant underscore system. So that's what I'm going to call that. Let's save it right there on my desktop. So let me run it so that you guys see what we've done so far. Okay, we have an error here. What might the problem be? Okay, meant to enter a speech mark there. That is it. And right there, that is our form right there. See how big it is? Let's run it again. Right there. Okay, the next thing I would like to do now is, let's come down here. I'm going to create 3 frames. I will call the first one tops equals frame. That is the frame object I'm calling now, and the frame object is going to be within the root. and the width equals 1600, while the BG, that's for background color, let me make that my favorite color, powdered blue. Okay, then maybe I should, yeah, why not? So let's just make that sunk, that right there. Okay, we have it as relief equals sunken. So now we need to pack this. Let's pack it. Tops dot pack. I want that side equals top. I want it right on top there. Okay, so that is my very first one. So I can just copy this. Copy. Now come in here. I'll call this other one. I need two more. I'll call this. Let's go for frame 1. And this one will be frame 2, F2. Okay, now I need to change this, the width. Let's change the width to 800 and the width of this to approximately 300, but I need a height. Let me specify height for this. Height equals, let's go for 700. Let's copy all of that, paste that here. Alright, okay, now I want this to be on the left hand side. Let's go for left, and the other one, let it be on the right hand side. Right, yeah. Okay, Control S to save. Now let's run it and see how it will look like. That is how my program look like now. Okay, you can see the very first one. You might not be able to see the other one there because there's no height there, but just for you to confirm, let me put height in there for you so that you guys can see that. Let's make that approximately 50. Save and run. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Save and run again. Right there, you can see the other one there. Okay, the first thing I want to do now is to use one of these frames. Let's develop, I think maybe we should develop the calculator first, or maybe the title. Let's see. Okay, I might as well just create the title first. So I'm going to call that LBL info, okay, equals label, and the label, I would like it to be inside top frame. The font of this label equals area, okay, comma, and let's make that approximately 50. And I would also like this font to be bold. Okay, now let's close that and enter as follows. Okay, so that is my label there that will display the font. So the next thing is we need to, let me enter a location for this very object. So I would like it to be on row, that will be row equals 0, comma, and the column equals 0. Close that. So if I run this now, let's run it so that you guys see it fully. That should work. Now right there. Okay, now the next thing I'll do is, I'm just going to copy this. I want a date and time right underneath there somewhere. So for the date and time, let's enter row 1 column 0, and here I'm going to need my function for time. So let's create a function for time right here, maybe underneath here. So right underneath here, let's place it right here. Let's go for local time equals time dot assign time. So time dot local time. Okay, so let's enter time dot time, enter your parentheses, and 1, 2, then this one more. That is for my time. Hopefully that should work. So I'm going to copy that and just assign that to the text content there. Okay, that should be my local time. So if I run it, let's run it and see how that will look like. Right there, that's my local time. It seems to be too big now, so let's come back in here and just reduce the font maybe to 10 or 20. Let's go for 20 and see. We can always reduce it more. Okay, that is my local time right there. Now let's try and create maybe the calculator. Okay, we start by creating the calculator, but before then let me just enter just a comment so that I know what's in there. That's for time, and this is just for system information. So let's enter information there, info there. And now for the calculator, so that you don't get confused, so I will also advise you to have a good look at the codes. Now to start with the calculator, I'm going to say txe display, okay, equals entry. That's supposed to be the object I'm going to be using, so that is the rest of my codes. Alright, so this calculator will be inside frame number 2. Okay, and you can see the font. This variable has to be declared, which I have not declared yet, so I'm just going to copy that and come maybe right up here somewhere. Okay, paste that in there and say equals string variable parenthesis. So that is that. So if I run and save, let's save and run. There you can see the display of my calculator right there. Okay, what is left for us to do now is to start work on the buttons. Okay, for the very first button I will enter as follows. Let's go for button number 7 equals button. So calling the button widget itself, and that will go into frame 2. Then I want it pad x equals, or pad x equals 16, and pad y equals 16 as well. Then comma border, make that 8, comma, then the color, font color. Okay, the font, that will be black. Then let's go for the font type itself, or font style. Let's make that area, and 20. Okay, and then also make it bold, here and close that comma. Then the text, or maybe I should have that in here. Okay, underneath here, text equals number 7, comma, and the color of the text, the background for this very button will be powdered blue. So that's my background color. Then I will also need a command. I'm going to need a command. My command right now, maybe, okay, I'll be using lambs there. Equals, maybe I should just call it button click. That's what I'm going to call it. I think this is in lowercase. Right, it's in lowercase. So I'll call it btn click. Alright, it's not going to do anything now. In fact, it will give me an error because I still have to define the function. Okay, let's pack it anyway. Oh, sorry, let's put it in a grid. Alright, that would be in row number 2. Yeah, row number 2, and let it go into column equals 0. Close that. That is my very first button. Although I will have an error, this is supposed to be dot. Okay, I will have an error. So to take care of that error, alright, I now need to declare a function. So maybe I should declare that right up here inside where the calculator is. Anyway, why not? btn click. Alright, that's supposed to be my function. Okay, what I want this function to do is to actually take in some values. So maybe I should enter numbers here. Numbers. Okay, we have number there. I just noticed something. This is supposed to be a comma here. Right. Okay, now let's have a global variable in here. Let's go for, alright, operator. I'm going to call that operator. Okay, let's copy it and just say operator right now is nothing. Operator value equals nothing. And the variable right here, this very one, input, I might as well just enter my operator there. Input, this very one, let me copy it and bring it down. Input equals sets dot set, and that will be nothing as well, empty. So for my variable operator that I entered up here, where is it? Right here. Let's just say equals empty. Okay. Okay. So if I run it now, nothing will happen, although it will show the buttons, because I still need to take care of these. So let's just run it so that you guys see it. There we have button 7 there, but nothing is happening. So what we want the system to do is, if I click on this, I expect button 7 there. So let's take care of that. We'll come back in here. Okay, instead of making that empty, we will enter our operator there. Let's copy and just paste the operator in there. But it's still not going to work because we now need to enter some value in the operator equals operator plus the numbers itself. So I'm actually referring to these numbers right there. Okay, just like you have inside Visual Basic. Okay, if we run it now, let's see what's going to happen. And there you see that, guys. So the button is now working. All I just need to do now is copy button 7, copy that, paste. That will be button number 8. So now that we've taken care of 7, we now have 8, and change this to 8. So if that is, that will also be in row 2, and that will be column 1. So I'm just going to copy it again, copy, paste that for button number 9, column 2. Okay, so we have 9 here. This will be button number 9. Okay, now let's create addition. Okay, we're working on button addition, so let's paste that in there, paste, and change the data in here to plus sign, and that would be all. I think no, we change this to column 3. So if let's save it and run. Alright, that is what we have, but addition is missing, and all this one is still showing 7. Let's see why. Okay, it's showing 7 because we still have 7 in here. So change that to 8. This is 9, and addition will be addition right there. Okay, so let's give it a try one more time, then we can just speed it up. Alright, so we have all of them working, but the addition is missing. Let's see what happened. Addition is not defined. Alright, let's see, what did I do wrong? Oh, addition should have been a button. Let's copy that. Addition is a button, paste that in there, run. Okay guys, you see that. So what I would now do is just speed it all up now that you guys get the whole idea. Okay, I've actually speed it up. Here are the lines of code, the very first one that we did together. And for row number 3, there we go. Those are the lines of codes. Okay, have a good look at this, at the lines of codes, please. So we come back down, and rule number 4, those are the lines of codes. Rule number 5, those are the lines of codes. They are all very similar, but there's something, if you notice, the command is missing here. That is for the equals and the clear command. They are both missing, so we take care of that. But first thing first, let's run the program so that you see how it works. This is how the program is looking right now. I have all of the components, all of the buttons in place. Okay, the operators are not doing anything now. Okay, clear is not working, equals is not working yet, so let's take care of clear and equals. Alright, close that. Let's go back into where we have our function here. So right here we start with function clear. So let's go for define btn clear display. Right there, enter your parentheses and press enter. We have a global variable ready, so I'm just going to copy that, paste it right here. Okay, the same global variable, but this time around I want it to be empty, so get rid of that. Just come here, equals nothing. And we also want to set this, the text input, we want to set that to nothing as well. So that will have taken care of the clear button. Right, so if we have a look at it, okay, clear the system. That's all we've just done there. I'm going to copy this and I'll come down to where I have my clear command here. So enter comma, go in there, command equals lambda, okay, column there. So that should clear the system. So if I run it, let's give that a try again. Run it now. Alright, come down here, enter whatever value we want in there, hit the clear button. The clear is not working yet. Let's see, is there any error? Let's see. Alright, as you can see guys, the clear is not working, and guess what, there's no error. When I come back in here, what I've noticed is I actually say lambda. I don't need no lambda for that, so I will have to delete that. That's my own mistake. So let's run it again. Enter some more values in there and try the clear button. You see that guys? So we don't need the magic function lambda for the clear, so that's good. Now we need one more function, and that will be for the equals. So underneath here, I want to declare another function there. I'll call it btn equals input, okay, there, and my global variables, just copy all of this and just delete as we go. There I have my global variable in place. Now right here I need to sum up. Okay, first thing first, let's just arrange this, paste this here. Now I'm going to need a local variable I refer to as sum up. Okay, convert whatever is in there to string and evaluate whatever we have inside the operator there. Okay, now sum up. Let's call sum up right in here. Paste that in there. That is sum up in there. And once it's sum up, clear the operator. I think that should do it. So let's run it and see what will happen. Oh, just before then, we need to actually, it's not going to work. I need to assign this to a command. So copy that and come right down. And right here, okay, right in here, let's enter command, command equals btn equals input. So let's run the program now. Okay, position it properly so that you can see it. Let's say 3 times 6 equals 18. Clear button was 45 divided by 9 equals that. You see, the calculator is working. What I intend to do now is to add some components here, which will include labels and text box. I think I'm also going to need some buttons here, so let's get that over with. Alright, okay, let's close this. Now back in the code, so let me define some labels here. Okay, we'll start by entering as follows. So let me start with my reference number. So I'm going to call that LBL reference. That's my reference there, and that will be a label actually. label. So enter the following properties for this label. Okay, first of all, that's for frame 1. Okay, then the following properties, let me add a font. I can just copy this font here. I'm gonna copy that, copy and paste that in there. The size of my font, maybe I should make that approximately 16, else it will be too large or too big. Okay, now the text, let's go for the text. The text equals let's just call that reference really. So let's copy here, just paste it in there. That's my reference. Then border style, let's make that 16, comma, and I would also like to anchor it to the west, equals west. Alright, so let's go for west there. Now the next one is for me to now park this label, or just put it in a grid actually. Okay, I think that'll be, let's go for dot grid. Let's go for rule equals 0, and the column equals 0 as well. Yeah, close that. That is the very first one, and let's add a text box for it. txt reference equals entry, and maybe just let's copy all of this. Just copy it and change it. Copy that and paste it right in here. Okay, and change this one to txt. Then that will be column 1. Yeah, that'll be in column 1. And okay, column 1, that's correct. Now let's come here. It will not require this. That will actually be text variable. So let's make that variable. I'm just gonna call it rand, which means random number. Okay, so the border, make that 10, and let's take this off and just insert width, and make that equals 4. Okay, what about the background color? Let's come here, press enter. Background color was powder blue. Yeah, and maybe justify it right. Justify equals right. Okay, alright, that might think that would do it for now. So let's just give it a run and see. Before I can run it, I think I'm going to have to declare that variable. Yeah, let's go up here somewhere, just declare it there, or I might just put them together in one place. Let's come in here, paste that variable there, and say equals string. Alright, okay, so let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it right here. Let's just leave it there. Okay, let's go to file and save and see how it will look like. Okay, let's see. Alright, we have the reference there, but there's an error. Right line is not defined. Alright, let's see why. there should be a speech mark there. Okay, let's try it again. Right, you see that, guys? So I'm now going to define a couple of those again, and or maybe just copy and paste. Then let's copy and paste. Why not? Copy. We'll copy that. Come right down here, paste, and just change the name of this. I'm going to call this fries. You know, like French fries. Okay, let's copy the fries along and paste it here. Fries and fries here, and here declare. That'll be my fries. Just declare a fries here, or fries there. Okay, let's just copy this and paste it right there. And we now need to position it. I would like this to be in column 1, row 1, and this will be row 1, column 1. Okay, so let's see, what else do we need? I have the fries there. I need to change these to fries and do that. Let's copy, and that will be fries, or fries meal or something, or large fries. Let's go for large fries. Large fries. Okay, so let's save this and see if this works fine. Then we just speed it up. That is it, guys. It's working how I want. So we can always enter whatever item we want in there, or number of item or meal. Okay, let's speed that up now. Okay, guys, I have now speed that up for 2 columns so far. I'm gonna need 2 extra columns, so let me just show it to you guys. Here are the first 2 that I developed, and now I actually speed it up from here up to here. Okay, from the burger meal, then up to cheese meal. Alright, and I've also declared all of the required variables here, so you guys can take it from here down. Okay, I suppose you can see the codes. Alright, so let's run it and see. File, let's run it and let's see what will happen. Okay, there we go. Well, you can see some spill over here. I think that's from the background color. That's how it looks right now anyway. So let's get rid of those excess background color. So the background color here, where is it? It's right here. So I'm just going to get rid of them. I don't need them anyway. Get rid of that, and let's see how it will look now. There, guys, you can see how clear it looks. Okay, maybe we can get rid of the background color here as well. Let's come back in here and just delete that too. Yeah. Okay, that's not bad. So the next thing I want to do now is to add more layers here. So let's start on that. Okay, close that and close this. Take it down. Alright. See, for this very first one, maybe we should just, let me comment it and just enter restaurant info 1. Okay, then the second one will just be restaurant info 2, so that don't mix it up, or we don't mix it up. Just paste that there, info 2. Alright, I'm going to copy all of this. Just copy it all. Yeah, copy and paste it right underneath here. And then we'll need a button underneath here anyway. Buttons. And just modify this. Okay, I'll start by entering as follows. So the first one will be row 0, column 2. Okay, and which means this one too will now be column 3. Alright, so this one is column 2, that's column 3. Okay, why this one will become row 1, column right here, that will be column 2, and here will be column 3, row 1. So that's how it's going to be. Then we now need to change the text content. The text content on the very first one, I'm going to call this drinks. Okay, that's my drinks right there. And just change the name to LBL drinks. Let me just copy that. Just repeat the same thing for this and this. I've already declared a variable called drink up there, or drinks. Okay, which is right here. Let me show it to you guys. Drinks. So that's why I'm adding that variable here. Okay, yeah, think that we do it for the very first one. Now let me just comment it all out. Then if it works fine, we just take it from there. So comment it all. That's how you comment a whole or group comments anyway. Right, so let's see, hopefully that should work. Save and run it. There guys, you see that? Okay, that's what I want, but one of my objects here is missing. Okay, that's no problem. So what I will do now is just speed this up and get back to you guys. Okay guys, I've speeded up. This is how it looks. Let me show you the codes. Take it from here, restaurant info 2. Take it there. Let's take it down. Come right down all the way. Okay, so have a good look at it. You're gonna need it. Now let's scroll down, and that's it. Okay, so if we go back to the top of restaurant info 1, this is it. You can see the similarity in the codes. Take it down and down. Okay, suppose you can see it. Alright, so I will now run it. Let's run it. Right there guys, this is how it looks now. I like it. This is beautiful. Okay, but nothing is happening here. We can't do nothing. I would like the system to automatically generate reference there, and we'll be able to enter numbers here and so on. Okay, and we have all our total here, tabs and so on. So but before we do that, we need some buttons here. Okay, so let's take care of the buttons now. Alright guys, right underneath here I intend to enter the buttons, so I will start by, let's call that BTN. The first button will be known as BTN total equals button. Okay, which means create a button for me and place that button inside frame 1. Okay, pad the button to the x-axis, make that 16, and also pad it to the y-axis, make that 16 as well. Now maybe we should make that 8. Okay, now border, let's make that 16. Okay, the font color, let's make that black. Alright, it's looking good. Now we need a font. Let me just copy that here, copy all of the font style and paste it right here. That's the font style in there. Now I will then define a width. I want my width to be approximately 10 pixels, and press enter. Let's say text on my button, make that total. That's the text on the button, and I want it to be powder blue, my favorite color. Okay, equals, make that powdered blue. There are some other colors there that you guys can use, but I just prefer that color. I like it. Alright, now command. What would be my command in this case? The command, I don't know yet, but I can just call it ref. Let me just call it ref. That'll be my command. So I have to write a function called ref. Okay, and now let's set that in role equals, make that rule 7. That'll be 7 because here I have rule 5, so that'll be rule 7. That's for a space actually, and column equals 1. Close that. But it's still not going to work. The only way to get it to work, so we have to write a function for this ref. Okay, what I'll do is, you see this very ref, let me just add all my function up here somewhere. Come up here, so declare a function and call the name ref. Okay, that's my function there. In fact, that's where I will use enter all of my data. X equals random, random dot ran int as integer, so I'll just make up whatever value in here, maybe 2, whatever. I think that, yeah, that will do. And let's go up to maybe 50. Yeah, okay, so that should be generating random numbers for me. Come down here and just let's go for random reference ref equals this. Okay, and now we then assign that to ran dot set. Okay, that sets random reference is very one, and hopefully that should take care of our random. The button is working, so we just need the system to select any of the numbers between this and that. Okay, let's see if it will accept 6 figures here. Yeah, let's give it a try. Run it and see. Let's see. Okay guys, look at that. It's working as we want. That's beautiful. I like that. Okay, let's create 2 more buttons. Okay, create 2 more buttons. Just before creating those 2 more buttons, since I'm up here, I might as well declare a function. I'll call that QExit. So that's a very easy one. Just say root.destroy. And that is all for that. So I'm going to have to call this. Then the other one is, let's call that clear. Now we should call it maybe reset. Call that reset. Okay, that's for my reset button. Now I now need to be able to clear all of these variables. There they are. Let's copy all of them. Now go back, copy, paste it right underneath there, and clear each individual. Okay, so just clear it, copy there, and paste that right there. There, that's that cleared. Let's select it all and indent. Okay, copy this now and just repeat exactly the same thing for this. So that's how you reset your components. Yeah, that's that. Okay, we're almost there now. There's 2 more. And there we go. That's it. That's the clear function, exit function. So if I come back in here now, let's create the last 2 buttons. Now that we have their functions ready, let's just copy, paste, and just change it around. Okay, call these resets. That's button reset, and the text content will be reset. Yeah. Okay, that is the command, is reset. So let's change that to reset. Okay, and this will be QExit, and this is btn exit. Okay, and in here we can enter exit as well. That's good. We now need to position each of these. Put this one in column 3, and this one will be column 2. So run it again, save. There we go, guys. We have all our buttons. So if I enter, okay, my random numbers there, this is just to check if our reset works. As you can see, the reset button works, the exit button works. The only part of the total that works is just for the reference, so we need to take care of the rest of these components. The calculator also works. Okay guys, let's exit the system. So what I will do is the reference, this very function reference, that's where I will enter all of my codes. I think it's right up here. Yeah. So right here, let me define the following local variable. So let's enter space there. Okay, I'd like you guys to pay attention because this reference there is actually handling everything, okay, inside total. So I will start by going for C COF, that's supposed to be cost of fries. Alright, so equals, let's float whatever is inside the variable fries, this very one. Okay, the variable fries right there, put it inside. Let's paste that in there, and so we ask it to get whatever is in there and enter your parentheses there. Okay, that's what cost of fries will be. Okay, that stands for cost of fries. Then I will repeat exactly the same thing for cost of drink. So I'm just going to change that. Let's paste that, and this one will become a D, cost of drinks. So this one will become drinks. Really, just copy it and paste it there. Yeah. Okay, the next one I want to look into is cost of fillet. That's supposed to be my own fillet meal. So cost of fillet meal equals, let's say, fillet dot get. So here there's going to be a lot of coding here, and the next one is cost of burger. So that's going to become, let's float that as well, float burger, then get. Right, now we don't need to take a look at cost of chicken burger. So float as well, so that will become chicken burger. Then the last variable, that will become cost of cheeseburger. Really, so cost of cheese underscore burger. Right, so let's just copy this, and that'll be the variable right there. Okay, now all of the value inside this variable, they are now stored. All of the value inside this variable are now stored inside these local variables. So in total I should have 6 of those. That is correct. Okay, now the next thing is to declare another local variable. This local variable is to hold the cost of whatever is entered into the text, the entry widget, or you can call it text box. Right, so that we hold on to it. So I'll say cost of fries multiply by, so let's say a pack of fries is 99p. So if we enter 3 in there, so 3 multiplied by this is then assigned in here. Okay, so the same thing will be repeated for the cost of drinks. Okay, let's come for drinks. So cost of drinks multiply by, let's go for maybe £1 for drinks, and cost of fillet or meal equals cost of fillet. Okay, since that is meal, so let's call that maybe £2.99p. Now cost of burger equals cost of burger. Burger is a meal as well, so that can be £2, maybe 87. And then the cost of chicken burger, chicken underscore burger. Okay, so that is it here. Copy all of that, let's paste it here and multiply that by 2. Okay, now we have just one more, and that'll be the cost of cheeseburger. Copy and paste that, so we'll just get this, paste that in here, and cost of cheeseburger right there. Okay, so let's say that's about right. Okay, now we have the cost of everything assigned to all of these local variables. Okay, now let's work it all out. Let's add it all up. So let's say cost of meal equals, I want the pound sign, so let's enter pound sign there, comma, convert it all to string, and also let's get it into 2 decimal place, dot to F, and close that. Enter your percentage. Alright, now we say fries, cost of fries right here. Let's copy, paste it here, plus cost of drinks plus cost of fillet, yeah, plus the cost of burger and maybe we can squeeze in one more. No, let's come down here. Okay, plus the cost of chicken burger. And cost of cheeseburger. Let's paste everything in here. And how many? We have 2 brackets, so let's close 1, 2. So that is that. Now let's work out the tax. Okay, to work out the tax, let's say declare another local variable, tax equals, we're just going to copy all of this right there. That is my tax. Paste that in here, and let's say multiply that by 0.2. Let's group it in a bracket. Let's enter a bracket there. Yeah. Okay, that is the tax. Now we get the tax. Okay, suppose you guys are paying attention. All of this is inside the ref. Okay, maybe you can just call it reference total. If you guys will remember that, I'll just leave it as reference. Okay, now come right down here. Now that we get the tax in place, we now need the cost of everything. So let's say the cost of everything, total cost equals that. Okay, now we also need to work out what is known as service charge. Underscore service charge equals all of the costs divided by 99. Okay, and close that. Let's save so that's been done. Okay, now one more thing. We now want that very service. Let's just declare another variable called a service equals in pound sign. We want the pound sign, comma, convert to string. Let's get our decimal place dot to f. Okay, and percentage, and enter the cost service charge. So service charge is stored right in here. Now the next thing we need, overall total or overall cost equals the pound sign, is that here, pound sign, add as follows: the tax plus total cost, that is right here, plus service charge. That will give us the overall total. Yeah. One more. Okay, we need one more bracket there. That is correct now. Okay, now let's look at the tax. I call that paid tax equals in pound sign, and do that. Let's get all of this. I want it in pound sign and convert it to 2 decimal place. Alright, so that we pay tax. Right, that is that done. Now we now need to enter all of those into this our local variable here. So I need the following local variable. Where are they? These variables here. So I need 1, 2, 3. Okay. Right, go back there. Alright, right here. Now we say service underscore charge dot set service there. So that will be displayed on the text box. This will be displayed on the text box here. So the next one is cost dot set. Okay, what we are setting will be the cost of meal, this very one. Copy all of that, paste that in here. There. Now tax dot set equals, that will be paid tax. We have to pay tax in place. Now subtotal dot set, that will be cost of meal. Close that. Now finally, total dot set, that will be overall cost. Get the overall cost right in there, and that is all. So from here, have a good look at it, take a good look at it. Okay, from here down here, right here, those are the lines of codes for the calculation. So what is left for me to do now is just to give it a try and see what will happen. So let's come to File, Save, run the program. There we go. Let's see now. Decision time. Large fries. Need 2. Hamburger or burger meal, 3. Fillet whole meal, 2. Chicken meal, 3. And cheese meal, 1. Drinks, we need about 7 of those. Now decision time, let's check out the total. There we have a problem. So let's check, what have I done wrong? Okay, let's check this error again. I want to close that. It's got to do with this replace. Let's see what is missing. Close, and alright, that's it. I meant to enter this, copy that. I only have it as cheeseburger. It's supposed to be cost of cheeseburger. Okay, that's the right spelling. So let's save and run again. See, enter some value in there. No, nothing goes in there. That's for reference. Okay, fingers crossed. Right, now it's working as expected, guys. You see that? And that is how you develop your own restaurant management system using Python. So reset and let's give it a go one more time. I'm very happy with this, and I hope you guys will enjoy it too. So let's enter drinks there, click on total. There, guys, it's a very beautiful system. If you're patient enough, you can develop something much better. I suppose you all enjoy it, so let's minimize this and I'll show you the codes one more time. We're going to take it from the top. Alright, right there from the top, I import as follows. Now define my frame and so on, and the name of the project right there. Now I have input for my calculator. I have an operator here. That's a variable operator. This one of the frames declared, the top frame, the left frame, and the right frame. So I call it frame 1 and frame 2. This is for date time function. Date time function. Okay, and right here I have the label that displays the heading or the title of my project, and right here this displays the time. That displays the time. Maybe we should just change it to LBL time or LBL date time. Yeah, paste that. So that's our LBL date time, and this right here now I have the functions, that is for the calculator to enter the numbers into the display, txt display. This is to clear the display, and this is to add up, that's the equals. And right here I have the reference. The very first part of the reference code is the reference, okay, the reference number that is generated for your receipt. And the second part, which is the long lines of code, that is where all of the calculations takes place. Okay, have a good look at it. That is it. Okay, now this function here is exit. Why this function here is just to reset all of the components. And right underneath here I have the display for the calculator. Those are the buttons for the calculator. The first row, the second one, you can see 4, 5, 6, subtract, and we have 1, 2, 3, multiply, and then we have 0, clear, equals, division. So those are the lines of code for the calculator. And right underneath here I have the variables for my restaurant itself, restaurant information. Those are the variables, and here are that's the label that shows the reference of meal ordered, then the text box or entry box that shows the reference generated, and here that's where you enter your fries. In here, burger identifier and fries, where you enter your fries, your fillet, and that's where you enter your fillet. Chicken burger, that's the identifier or the label, and that's where you enter the amount of chicken. Cheeseburger, drinks, and that's where we get the cost, service charge, tax, subtotal, and total. And right here are the 3 buttons that you guys saw below: the total, the reset button, and the exit. And that is it. So those are the lines of codes. So we'll run the program one more time and you guys see how it works, and I'll call it the end of this long tutorial. So let's run it again. Okay, enter 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 5 total. And that's how you develop your own restaurant management system. Okay, that's how you develop a restaurant management system using Python. Have a nice day, guys. Bye for now.